Good Tuesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, and live coverage of the Epic Racing Association and Grading and Excavating Late Model Stock Car Series tonight from Hickory Motor Speedway. 16 drivers checked in for an 88-lap feature tonight. Going to be some fun racing. Already getting our over-unders in. 6, 7, and 8 already pulled off the board. You have until the pace car rolls to start the main event to get your over-unders in. 6, 7, and 8 already gone. So what do you think the caution count will be tonight? Give me the number. You can win a prize. Bill Vinny. There's Mr. Bill. Hey, Bill, how's it going, buddy? You might as well try again, Bill. I'm waiting for you to pick one of them crazy double-digit numbers personally, but shoot me numbers, guys. Let me know what you think, and we'll get some prizes out of the prize box. This looks like it's going to be a fun one. Hickory is such a small little place. It races so quick for such a small track, and the drivers are looking like, for the most part, they're managing this pretty good. 88 laps, a long time here. Fuel and tires for sure. There's one spin. That was Sean McLaughlin that just took a little loopy off of turn number 2 right there, but shouldn't be too bad for him. Say hi to Paula. Hi to Barb. Hello, Jane. Yep, I got you for 7, Paula. I took number 8 tonight since you took my favorite number 7. I'm going to take number 8 tonight. Barb's got 6 already. 9 for Jane. Let Mr. Bill, he's going to do it. He did the double digit. I'm telling you. I knew he would. I knew that he would. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, and then anything 12 and after is still available. But practice has come to an end, guys. We are going to only have a few more minutes. It's going to be qualifying, drivers meeting and warm up, and then it is going to be feature time. So it is going to go fast. Faux show. Show number 3 this week. Last night we had a little hit and miss in the Monday Night Thunder stuff. Some good racing, some bad racing. Expecting a good run tonight, and then tomorrow night with the truck guys, we should have a really good race. All right, drivers heading out. There's Sean McLaughlin already. Coming to the start-finish line to put himself on the time clock. Well, he looks like he is just wrestling that car. Manhandling it, trying to get it to go where he wants. He's going to be the first to put in time. 14.73 seconds, and Austin DeMore bumps that at 14.6. Turnmeyer, there's Adam Vinny. The Lumberdew Limousine at 14.54. Jefftown on the track right now. And Jefftown only going to be 8th quick right now. Matt Eddy jumps to P2 with a 56. Payette moves himself to the top 4. DJ Ockford, his qualifying effort will count tonight in the 22 car. Pete Dillon is now rolling out onto the speedway. I tell you, I haven't seen Dylan Connor roll out just yet. I don't see Joey Connor tonight at all, which is a surprise to me. And Andrew Rutherford, still waiting for him to make his way out as well. First time around, that 7 car looks way loose, and I don't think that's going to be a pole run. No, it is not. It's a 1460, 6/10, or 6/100, excuse me. Good enough for 5th at the moment. Lap 2. A little slower, 65 this time. Not about a tenth completely. So no Connor, no Oxford, no Rutherford right now, as we wait for the remaining little bit of qualifying here. I really thought that we would get Dylan Connor for sure to qualify. DJ Oxford tried, but I think he had problems on both laps, and I don't think his time's registered. You cannot touch anything. You can't go off the track. You can't bump a fence. You can't get sideways where it gives you incident point. You can't do any of those things. It's become so sensitive because guys were, going and bumping into walls so that it would set the car down and they'd be able to go faster, riding walls, doing things that iRacing has curtailed pretty quickly over the last, I would say, 2-3 years. They have really worked hard to get that into the coding and eliminate all of the, let's just call it creative thinking. Right now, it's Adam, Vinny, Matt, Eddie, Jeff Town, and Austin Demore in the top 4. Pete Dillon was 5th quick, and then it is a pretty good drop-off from 6th on down. Still no Dylan Connor, no DJ Oxford, and no Andrew Rutherford. Top 7 will get redrawn at the end of this session here. We'll get moved into the channel. Actually,
all right, guys, getting ready for our Tar Heel Challenge presented by Eddie Performance Solutions. Thank you to Matt Eddie. Our JD7 Motorsports Lucky 7 redraw. The 91 O'Connor was not able to qualify tonight due to serving a penalty. As far as Rutherford and Oxford, I'm not sure. They might have scraped the wall during qualifying. So our initial 7 will be Vinny, Eddie, Town, Demore, Dylan, Payette, and then Turnmeyer. We'll spin the wheel 3 times and see what happens during our redraw. There's our first go at it. Second go at it. Third and final. Looks like Turnmeyer will be in the number 1 spot, followed by Demore. Row 2 will be Dylan and Vinny. Row 3, Payette, Town, and Eddie will be, unfortunately, our sponsor tonight. What a great way to say thank you, making you lucky number 7. And that's our JD7 Motorsports Lucky 7 redraw.
All right, you got to hear it. You got to see it. Now you know where your favorite driver is going to start if they were in that top 7 in qualifying. Turnmeyer, Demore on the front row. Dylan and Vinny in row 2. Payette and Town row 3. And Matt Eddy will be inside of row number 4 next to Matt Knowles. Then Werdeman and McLaughlin, Hines and Brunner, and Westendorf with, I don't know how that's going to shake out. If it'll be Dylan Connor or DJ Oxford or Andrew Rutherford, but those 3 remaining cars will fill in the final 3 remaining starting spots. If you haven't got your over-unders in, guys, you're running out of time. Don't care where you're at. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Get us your over-under pick. How many cautions do you think we'll have tonight? If you hit the number, you're going to win a prize. Pretty simple mathematics. Numbers 6, 7, 8, and 9, as well as 11, have been pulled off the board. I really don't think we're going to have 8 cautions. I think we're going to have somewhere between 4 and 7. If we have that many. These guys very capable of going flag to flag. Pretty good bunch here. We saw a few little spins in warm up today in practice, but have those guys trying to figure out where the edge of the envelope was, and every once in a while you step right outside. So tonight's show, tomorrow night's show, Thursday is still up in the air as to whether we're going to be able to do that show or not. And that will be it for about 10 days. We won't be back on the air, at least I won't, until February the 17th. K.R. Stolfus will have you guys next Tuesday night for this series live. He was here last week covering for me, and he will be back to do the same. Pete Dillon in the waiting room, and I wonder what Pete Dillon is looking for. Can we help you, Mr. Dillon? Pete? I don't know. He came up to the waiting room, and apparently he's not there. So I was going to try to talk to him, see what he thought. He is starting what, third row? No, second row, inside the second row. I was going to try to give him a holler real quick and see what driver of the 7 car thought. He moves up a couple spots on the redraw, so. He might have been fixing something. Or maybe he just didn't hear me. I don't know. Drivers meeting going on as we speak. Been a good night so far. Just watching the guys in practice. Like I said, I saw a couple of spins here and there, but I think these guys are going to be able to handle this. I'm hoping we get some rubber down in that second lane and see some two-wide racing here. So, as you heard, some penalties were handed out over the last couple of weeks for rule violations to drivers, and I think one of their big things is to nullify your qualifying effort if you violate the rules, which pretty good deterrent because as you can see, I mean, you can take qualifying 7th and turn it into the pole position on the redraw. So, I mean, that's Marvin Termeyer. Now, he's qualified in P7, but he is going to start on the pole. He and Austin DeMore was 4th quick. So those two get to go to the front row via the redraw. So qualifying is a pretty big deal. I'm not sure why Andrew Rutherford, he didn't even go to the racetrack. He didn't even take the car out of the pits for qualifying. And we saw DJ Oxford. I think maybe he might have had a little contact with the wall or something. Didn't get to him till late to see that. We're just waiting for the session to advance. We probably ought to sit in on one of these drivers' meetings one of these nights just to hear what they tell these drivers. All right, so it has officially started to shift it around. Dylan Connor will start on the outside of that 7th row. And then Oxford and Rutherford in the back row. So that has become an official. Watch the guys. From our giant pole cam outside of turn number 2. How's everybody doing? We got a crazy Arctic black. It was 84 degrees Monday, and it was 37 today. And that drastic of temperature change is a shock to the system, and I'm not sure that I've recovered from it yet. So, little pit party action. The guys are going to get together. They're going to try to do a little official restart action here, and then try to do a little race and see how long it's going to take them to single file out, do some different things, and basically get a little bit of live practice together. Watching the sponsor for the race tonight here in the 88 car, Matt Eddy Performance Solutions. Looks like the cars will be a little bit free on cold tires, especially in that outside line. Oh, back up the hill. Jeff Town. Wow, nice catch. Jeff Town with a fantastic save right there. If this was in competition, that wouldn't even draw on a caution. I think we're in for a treat here. I think we're going to see a bunch of side-by-side racing. It looks like this track is ready for it. Until we get a bunch of rubber on that top lane, I think the bottom lane will always prevail. But I think it's going to be good. Yep, that's colder than I want to be. A lot colder than I want to be. 37 was colder than I wanted to be today. Especially after yesterday, I went out thinking it was going to be like, ooh, Sean McLaughlin. I was thinking it was going to be like 72, 74 yesterday, and it was 84 degrees, and I was way overdressed for that. Today, I couldn't dress enough. It was cold. Flick around a little here, look at different drivers. There's Dylan Connor. He'd be starting at the back of this thing. We'll see how long it takes him to work his way to the front. Let's see. Barry Hines, Jeff Brunner, and Josh Westendorf. All right, there together. I think it's supposed to be cold again tomorrow, too. It's supposed to be like 33, 34 all next week, and I am so glad I'm going to be where it's 84. Going to not want to come back. All right, getting ready to go. Feature racing, last chance. As soon as that pace car rolls, no more over-unders. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11 have been chosen. You want to get your over-under in, make sure you do so. You don't have long. Okay. That's going to do it for our warm-up session. We'll get ready to put them out here. It's 88 laps tonight. I was trying to figure out why are we having such a weird number, and then I realized Matt Eddy, and they give him 88 laps because that's the number on the door of the car. Three to 6 inches of snow due. No, thank you. No, no, no. We're not doing any of the snow stuff. I cannot do it anymore. All right, so we know we're going to shake things up. We're going to do Turnmeyer and DeMoore on the front row, the 16 and 7. That's the D7 or the 07. I'm not sure how that is on the door. I think it's the D7. And then Pete Dillon in the 7 car and Adam Vinny in the 11 in row 2. John Payette the 5. Jeff Town the 2 car making up a row 3. Matt Eddy inside row number 4 next to Matt Knowles in the 15. The 81 of Werdeman, the 77 of McLaughlin in row number 5. Barry Hines and John Brunner, the 8 and 46 in row number 6. Josh Westendorf, the 92, the 91 Dylan Connor. In a row number 7 and row 8 is Andrew Rutherford inside, DJ Oxford outside. Oxford, his qualifying would have counted, but for whatever reason, none of his laps registered. And so the 22 car, well, as he has been since his initial night, his rookie night, relegated to starting at the back of the field. Now he's shown that he has speed and he can go forward. So we will see if he comes forward, and if he does so, does he do it quickly? Hello, Mindy Lee. You just missed on the over/under. All right, pace car's getting ready to get out of the way. And we're ready to go. Green flag racing. Should get that green. Yeah, I thought we'd get it right at that first line right there, and we do. 88 times around. Ooh, a little wiggle from the D7 right there, right as he went into turn one, and it cost him being side by side for the lead. So Turnmeyer out front. Now Pete Dillon is going to work up the inside and try to get alongside and maybe clear the other 7 car. And Adam Vinny, well, he's tucked in right behind, and he wants to do the same. I won't be surprised if John Payette is able to get close and maybe make that a big freight train on the inside line right there. Dillon clears to second. Vinny looking to clear right here. And he will do so getting into turns 3 and 4. Turnmeyer, Dillon, Vinny. Then DeMoore has 4th. Right now he can get down in front of Payette, and he will. Jeff Town with a run out of 2, and I don't think there's enough room because John Payette is able to keep the 5 car alongside, at least for the moment. And Town is going to have to get aggressive. He's going to get off that bottom, or off that top line and get down to the bottom, I should say, and he will right here. Cleared him, coming out of 2, and now Jeff Town is 5th. Payette 6th, Eddie, Werdeman, Knowles, McLaughlin were single file in the top 10, except for that battle right there, Knowles and Werdeman. They were single file for a moment, but Werdeman got the nose back to the inside, and he is going to keep Matt Knowles riding up. And Knowles is doing a good job of hanging right along on the door. Sean McLaughlin right behind him. He wants one or the other to move so he can pick a line before Barry Hines decides that he's going to make a move on the 77. There it goes. 81 clears the 15. Now it's the 77's turn to move himself up and into 9th. I think Knowles is going to fall all the way to 11th before this is done. And if he's not careful, he may go further because look who's coming. Already up to 12th. Dylan Connor in the 91, and he's only about 5-6 car lengths back. So if Knowles doesn't get this worked out real quick. Oh, Jeff Werdeman slipped. Werdeman slipped big time, getting into 3, and it opened the door for Sean McLaughlin. We're already working on a lap number 11. Top 5 single file, and they're breaking away. Payette's by himself in 6th. He's got a pretty good gap over Matt Eddy, and now McLaughlin is going to clear Werdeman, and Werdeman is going to get the 81 back in line in front of Barry Hines. Dylan Connor now around Matt Knowles, put him 11th. Knowles will be 12th. Brunner is right there. Josh Westendorf on pit road, and on pit road early. Front end of that car mashed in, and it is smoking. So he's had an issue all by himself. He did. He slid the car off the track down the backstretch and clipped the inside fence. There's a move. Pete Dillon got a little wide on the exit of 2, and Adam Vinny used that open space, put himself right in there, and he's going to go for 2nd. Almost had Pete Dillon cleared right there. Dillon's not going to get a chance to get down because DeMoore was able to get alongside, and he'll keep the nose of the D7 right alongside of the 7. Oh, the contact, and DeMoore is going to get out of shape. Boy, I tell you what, everybody behind him cut him a break. They gave him a lot of room to save that car. He got sideways after the contact with Pete Dillon, and they gave him the whole front stretch to save the car. Might have made the right rear a little mad. Matt Eddy working on the inside of Payette. That's going to be a battle for 6th and 7th right now. Let's go back here a little further because Dylan Connor is about to break into the top 10. If he can get around Hines, he'll be in the top 10. He's got Werdeman right in front of him. Turnmeyer hanging out front It's just a couple of car lengths, but it's a quarter second on the stopwatch. Adam Vinny trying very hard to run him down. Now gets to the inside out of turn number 2. I think the 16 slipped just a little bit. Now Turnmeyer's going to try to keep him pinched down, make those right side tires a little angry on the 11 car, make him work harder than he wants to get around because Pete Dillon's there. Caution, John Payette in the 5 car. Oop. Yep, the slightest of tippity taps, and he just spins out, doesn't hit anything. So just the tires will be upset about that. But Turnmeyer will hang on to the lead. Vinny, Dillon, DeMoore, Town, Eddie Werdeman, Connor, Hines, and then it's Rutherford, Brunner, Oxford, Knowles, Payette, and Westendorf. Westendorf is still in the pits. I do think that the 92 car has expired. I think he had a bunch of engine damage. In fact, let's go back and find out what really happened to him back here a little ways. This happened way earlier and it happens to the 92 car. Right there with DJ Oxford. Car got free and he kissed it. Well, he more than kissed the inside wall. He put a pretty good smack in the mouth on it. And that's why the 92 car is on pit road. Radiator damage. Car was overheating before he could even get back to the pits. So we're doubled up. We're getting ready to go back to it. We are 25% of the way. We made 22 laps before we caught our first caution.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air once again. Going to watch kind of in the middle. If anything's going to happen, I think it's going to happen somewhere right there between the 2 and the 70. And they're side by side still. Adam Vinny trying to take the lead. Oh, he's going to get it because Turnmeyer really got the 16 sideways out of 2. So now Adam Vinny to the point. DeMoore is going to clear Turnmeyer as well. Turnmeyer's car just very upset getting through these corners now. Heat cycle on these tires did not work out. I think it made them a little bit harder compound. And I think it's going to take a minute for Mr. Turnmeyer to get those back up to temperature. What's really possible is that it may go from trying to get back to temperature to going way over temperature real quick. And that car is just out of shape right there. Dylan Connor now in the top 4 as he clears Turnmeyer as well. Everybody else is going to try to go to the high side because Turnmeyer's car is just majorly out of shape. And he is going to bring that thing to pit road. Maybe something amiss on the 16 car. We'll see how long he spends. But it's Vinny DeMoore. Eddie's 3rd. Connor 4th. Dillon, Town, Werdeman, Rutherford, Hines, and Brunner in the top 10. And this is a hornet's nest back here. Knowles is in there. McLaughlin, Oxford, Payette, all in this. And Dylan Connor went around Pete Dillon, and now he's looking at the back end of the D7 of Austin DeMoore. That's for 3rd. Adam Vinny getting away. He's almost a second ahead of Matt Eddy, who runs 2nd. DeMoore is still 3rd, but the company's getting ready to knock on the door. Jeff Town got around Pete Dillon as well. He's 5th. We're pretty much single file. We got a little battle back there, 11th and 12th. Watching right here, 3rd, 4th, and 5th currently. Austin Demore has 3rd. Dylan Connor right behind him, and Jeff Town has caught up to both of them. I think he's looking for Connor to open the door. And he is going to try to sneak through it as well. Battle behind. There's Rutherford and Werdeman going side by side. 7th and 8th place right now. Marvin Turnmeyer still on pit road. Something must be amiss on the 16 car. Gap still 9/10 of a second. Vinny's got the lead. Eddie is 2nd, and that battle for 3rd not heating up like I thought it might. I thought we might see the 91 car get a little aggressive and try to get around the D7 of Demore, and he seems content to kind of sit there and wait for Demore to make a mistake. And Jeff Town right to the bumper of the 91. I don't think he gave him a shot to let him know he was there, but I think he got real close. Rutherford got around Werdeman. 7th and 8th. Then Hines 9th. Knowles is 10th. Gap shrinking just a little. It's taken 3 or 4 laps, but Matt Eddy has cut about a 10th and a half off of the lead. Adam Vinny about 3.5 tenths off of his fastest lap this race. Cruising, he ran 14.73 for his best and 15.10 his last time by. This time by, it's going to be 15.07, so consistent lap times. Everybody behind kind of running around the same. 15.10, 15.14, 15.18. And you can see the 91 starting to work that line. He'll go high and come out low, and then he'll get right to the bottom. And Austin Demore, just a tiny wiggle coming out of 2, and that's all that we needed to see right there. But caution is going to relegate that battle to having to try again. Oh, no, Paula. I think we might have bad news. Oh, yep, got it into 3 and got it a little hot, a little tippity-tad. That wasn't that bad a contact. Now I want to see, are all these guys up front going to come in and get tires? Yes, they are. We are just past halfway. And I think everybody wants them some fresh rubberies. And Dylan Connor blew it through his pits. Did not see his pit stall. Drove right by it. It was at the beginning of pit road. And that may change everything. If he stays out now, he's going to have to stay out on old tires. I think Rutherford missed his pit as well. Oh, boy. This is going to be an interesting development because you're going to get Adam Vinny, the first car to get off pit road. He's going to have fresh tires. And the 2 in front of him haven't been to pit road. DJ Oxford still on pit road, but Connor and Rutherford didn't pit. Adam Vinny the first. And Adam Vinny maybe speeding on pit road, and that is going to put him at the back of the field. Oh, no. EOL for the 11. Pete Dillon making his way to the back. Reason for the caution, so that's a tap out. Oh, boy. So DeMoore and Hines are the first two with tires. Jeff Town and Matt Eddy, the next two. Then Werdeman and Knowles. The two at the front, old tires. They are 44, 45 lap old tires. And they did not get going nearly as good as the guys behind. Everybody behind, he kind of had to do a little checking, a little pausing. We're going to get through lap 1 into 3 and 4. And Dylan Connor going to lead his first lap of the evening on lap number 47. Austin DeMoore past Andrew Rutherford. Now he'll be on the attack. I don't know that he'll sit around and wait very long. Oh, contact, spinners behind. And I'm going to say Rutherford is one of those that did go around. So let's go and watch this, if we can get a good angle. Oh, yeah, and Barry Hines right up on the bumper on that high side. Matt Eddy gets trapped in this. Matt Knowles is in it as well. So it'll slow it down a little bit. It's going to shuffle some things around. We're going to see if Dylan Connor is going to go in and get tires now. Caution number 3 on lap number 49. So 40 laps remaining. And Connor looks like he is content to stay out. Now that caution, maybe a little bit of a product of a guy on old tires, a guy on new tires, being willing to drive in just a little deeper. Maybe not realizing that the car in front of him was on older tires and he was going to back that corner way up. Could have been that the 70 car was a little free on those old tires on that restart trying to get down that corner. But we know there was some contact. So we're going to keep everybody held down for just another moment or two. We'll get the one to go the next time around. Connor, DeMoore, Town, Werdeman, McLaughlin, Payette, Vinny, Dillon in 8th, Oxford and Eddy 9 and 10. All right, lights off on the pace truck. It'll get out of the way, and Dylan Connor once again going to try to get us started. Man, his tires, 47, 48 laps old.
Green, green, green.
Green flag once again. DeMoore's going to get a great start. Those new tires, he's going to be able to go right up through the gearbox pretty quick. He's going to stay side by side. He may prevail if he can just keep it down in there and keep it nice and tight on the door of the 91. Little contact there. Connor's going to get by. It's going to open the door for Jeff Town. And Jeff Town alongside DeMoore for 2nd and 3rd now. Werdeman up to 4th. McLaughlin is 5th. Adam Vinny 6th. After the penalty last caution, going to the pit road coming out. He's all the way back to 6th already. DeMoore not willing to give an inch here. Jeff Town trying to clear, and DeMoore getting the car all kinds of loose on the exit of the corners. This time he'll yield the spot, and it'll open the door for Werdeman. Town up to 2nd. And I don't think Jeff Town, knowing Oh, Demore is going around. That's the big one on the front stretch. A lot of cars getting involved here. It started with the 7 getting a little bit out of shape. Yep, we're going to go. We're going to get on Austin Demore's car. He's already sideways there, so let's back up. He's racing with Werdeman. I don't think there's contact. If there is, it's net code because I saw a gap between. And now, car's trying to take evasive maneuvers, and Pete Dillon gets spun out a second time down in turns 1 and 2. Let's go see what that was about. Oh, yep, there it was. Oh, and that's why he smacked those tires, and then Adam Vinny gets him again. So caution 4, lap 53. And Connor out front. He now has to contend with Jeff Town, but Sean McLaughlin, who has right front damage, that fender's pushed in a little bit, is up to 3rd. Werdeman, Eddie, Oxford, Knowles, Brunner, Demore, Hines, and Demore will probably go a little further back. Adam Vinny now, I think he made his second trip to pit road to probably get some damage looked at. He'll be back in 12th again. And John Payette,
All right, man. Light you back
off
on the
track.
car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
Andrew Rutherford now rolling back onto the racetrack. He'll be in 12th. Payette off the race. I was going to go see how bad Payette. I know he was pretty heavy into that last incident. He and Pete Dillon both. Dillon killed that tire stack out there in turn 1 on the top side. He may have rear end damage. That big tire stack right there. He creamed that. So restart with 35 laps remaining. Only car that hadn't seen pit road all day long, the 91 of Dylan Connor. He started at the back.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. P1 did not get a good start. P2, on the other hand, well, Jeff Town going to be able to stay side by side. Now, with the fresher tires, can he get the runs up off the corner? Ease by. It may take a couple of laps, but we've seen that top side really make progress. I'll tell you what, Connor's trying to run a little wide here. He's trying to keep him from getting that straight line exit. It ain't going to matter because there's the slip. Jeff Town now out in front. The battle behind that, Werdeman and McLaughlin are side by side. And I think Werdeman, oh, they ran out of racing space.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
We got to watch pretty much every second of that one. Right there. And I think McLaughlin was trying to get back down the hill a little bit, and Werdeman was a little worried about that outside wall. He got super close to it. And I think a little bit of the same matter can't occupy the same space. And Werdeman ends up on the short end of that stick for sure. Boy, the toe, the camber on the right front, the front end is pushed all over the place on that 81 car. McLaughlin already in the pits. Barry Hines came in behind. So we'll go to the front because Town had the lead at the time of the caution. So Town, Connor, Eddie, Knowles, Oxford are the top 5. Demore, Vinny, Brunner. That's through 8. We're waiting to see who's going to make it back onto the track from the rest of that group. And there goes your leader, folks. Caution number 5 in the books. Now we're into the draw. 6, 7, 8, and 9. We still got 30 laps to go. Pete Dillon, multiple laps down, but trying to get a free wave right here for being in front of the leader. And that should put him back to 3 laps down. I think we only have 11 cars on the track right now. And the front of this field looks so different right now. Town and Eddie, who, Town worked his way up here. Eddie was and then went to the back and now has worked his way back. Knowles is up here. Oxford, whose qualifying attempt didn't count at all tonight for some reason. He started in the last row, and now he's up here in the top 4. Austin DeMoore's been up and down all night long. Same with the 11 of Vinny. He had the lead for a short time, pitted, came out, and I don't know if he sped getting in or sped getting out, but he had to drop to the back and then got into an incident. That car's got some damage. We'll see if it hurts him the rest of the way.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Dylan Connor went in, got fresh tires. Well, he's going to be 8th real quick here. He's got 30 laps to try to get up here to the front, catch these guys. Eddie the second, Knowles, DeMoore. Vinny's going to be 5th as he's going to get around Oxford. Oxford will slide behind, and that put Oxford and Brunner between Vinny and Connor right now. That's 5th through 8th. And that's not going to last long because Dylan Connor doing Dylan Connor things. He went in a little wide. He came out very shallow. And he made quick work of John Brunner, moving him to 7th. Pete Dillon still 3 laps down, but he's up to the 12th position. He may end up in 11th because Jeff Werdeman's car on pit road now. Top 2 battles for 3rd. Knowles and DeMoore are side by side. Adam Vinny is right there. And I don't know if Adam's paying attention to the relative or not, but if he is, he knows the 91 is coming. Knowles out wide, DeMoore goes by, and now Vinny's going to try to use that sliver of space and get in there and go forward as well. Not quite there yet. Needs a good run right here. He'll stay door to door. DJ Oxford going to have his hands full because Dylan Connor is working all the lines on the racetrack. Now Oxford leaves the door open just a second too long. And Connor was able to work to the inside. Now he's right on the bumper of Adam Vinny. Vinny still cannot clear Matt Knowles. Town is out in front. He's cleared Matt Eddy by about 6/10. Equates to about 7 car lengths on the track. Those two have gotten way away from DeMoore. Knowles is still side by side with Adam Vinny. And they're battling over 4th and 5th right now, and Connor's looking to try to go 3 wide. He thought better of it. And Adam Vinny trying to protect from behind and attack to the front. Just not getting that car exactly where it needs to be. Now Oxford is going to put a challenge back on Connor. So good action back here. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. We're inside 20 to go. Laps starting to tick away pretty quickly here. And now they are 2 wide, 2 deep. 4th through 8th, and DJ Oxford got way out of shape. Andrew Rutherford is closing in on this battle now. And Oxford is not giving up on trying to get that spot away from Connor. He keeps getting the nose there. Now he's got a challenge. Going to have to give up on it a little bit because Rutherford worked his way alongside when Oxford made that mistake getting out of the corner. after going for it down the bottom of turns 1 and 2 the last time by. Quick look at second and third, and now we're back here to fourth again, and it is still side by side. Adam Vinny on the inside, Matt Knowles on the high side. Now DJ Oxford alongside Dylan Connor. Rutherford is there. Ooh, big shot in the back end of the 11. That is going to free up the 11. Man, good driving by Adam Vinny. He was able to save the car and stay side by side with Knowles still. But I think Oxford gave up quite a bit of space right there. That time Connor got out of shape. Little door-to-door contact. Everybody able to continue. These two are still side by side. Not sorted out at fourth place yet. We're going to get down to 10 to go. And this has all happened in 7 seconds behind your leaders. Town is still out front. He's got a 1.2 second advantage over Matt Eddy. There goes Knowles up the hill. That'll open the door. It's more like a floodgate. DeMore is still third. Adam Vinny is fourth, but now Adam Vinny going to have to deal with the 91 on a lot fresher tires, and Adam Vinny has punished his trying to get around Matt Knowles. So I think Dylan Connor is going to make quick work of the 11. And Adam trying to keep the bleeding to a minimum and get that 11 car back in line, salvage as many positions and points as he can, try to keep it in fifth the rest of the way. Town still out in front, over a second. And he was he was about a half a lap ahead of that group. Connor is 7 3/4 seconds. Vinny is 8 1/4 seconds. And that is almost a half a lap. It's just about a half a lap right here. And Jeff Town is kind of on cruise control. We don't catch any more cautions. He's going to win this with ease. I think Eddie and DeMore will secure spots on the podium. Dylan Connor, not any quicker than our leader. 15:04 for Jeff Town the last time by, and now Dylan Connor streaks across the stripe at a 15 flat. So wave lap, 5 to go. 83 laps in the books. Jeff Town. Matt Eddy second. Austin DeMore is still third, and you can see that gap from DeMore back to Connor. DJ Oxford got around Adam Vinny. He is now fifth. Vinny is sixth, and Rutherford is seventh. Top 10 still on the lead lap. And we're not going to have a problem with lap traffic because we're at 2 to go, and they are about a straightaway ahead of your leader. White flag coming out this time. Jeff Town out in front and easily going to pick up the win here. Matt Eddy and Austin DeMore are going to come home second and third. Jeff Town to the checkered flags. We'll be talking to him in just a minute. Matt Eddy second, Austin DeMore third. Dylan Connor will come home in fourth, and DJ Oxford fifth. There's your battle for sixth and seventh. Rutherford gets it. Vinny seventh. Knowles is eighth. Brunner ninth. Hines 10th. Dillon in 11th. Payette 12th. Then Werdeman, McLaughlin, Turnmeyer, and Westendorf rounding out the field tonight. All right, let's start dragging our drivers around and see who is parked by. Is that DJ Oxford? So he's going to be our rando interview tonight. There's missed. Whoa, I almost grabbed the wrong driver. There is Matt Eddy. Austin DeMoore is in channel. So let's go and let's change this up just a little bit. Let's do our rando driver interview. Let's go talk to Mr. Oxford. DJ Oxford, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, the rando driver interview for tonight's deal. I got to ask you, what happened in qualifying? Because we watched you make your laps. Neither one of them counted.
Yeah, I came off a 2, got just drifted up the track and tapped the wall.
Okay, well, that explains quite a bit because I said it had to be that he touched something or he sped getting off pit road. He did something that got him a DQ of some kind, and it was a little bit of contact. Well, that's unfortunate, but you started at the back. You worked your way quite well to the front once. We saw you go to the back a second time, and you're going to come home in 5th here, so kind of an up-and-down night. How was it out there?
Man, I ain't even going to lie to you. You know, I'm still trying to learn these cars, and it's tough running with these guys. They're good. I got lucky, avoided a few wrecks, and kind of just tried to stay up front as best I could and was able to hang on to it.
Well, interesting night for sure. Hickory, a very tough place to begin with, and you're going to bring it home with a 5th place tonight, man. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here.
I want to thank Jeff and Marv putting on this league. You, Roger, up in the booth. Andrew Rutherford, Jeff Town, Pete Dillon, they're all buddies of mine. And my local sponsors, Town Automotive, Federated Auto Parts, and, of course, my wife for letting me do this.
All right, my man, congrats on the run. I'll look forward to seeing you personally in 2 weeks, but I know KR will cover you guys next week.
Thanks, buddy.
DJ Oxford finished 5th this evening. He gets to be our rando driver interview. Now let's move on. And we'll talk to a guy that started at the front. He had it up there for a little bit. He went to the back. He came back towards the front. He went back to the back again. And then he comes home 3rd at the checkered flag. Austin DeMoore, are you dizzy?
It was not an easy night. By that, I had to work for it.
It definitely looked like it was a lot of work for everybody, and a couple, 2 or 3 of you really had to go through. You probably passed about 60 cars, and there was only 16 of them in the race.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the car was really good. It was just, in the beginning, it was really loose, but it was pretty good on the high side. And then towards the end there, it just got really, really tight.
Yeah, it looked like the track really didn't take a ton of rubber, but for a little bit, the outside groove seemed like it was good early, and then it was kind of pick and choose after that.
Yeah, like the first half of the race before everybody pitted, the outside was, hopefully that's where I was on a restart. But as soon as came in, took tires, the bottom was the way to go.
All right, man. Well, great night. You're going to finish on the podium. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous. We'll let you get out of here tonight.
Thanks to Marv and Jeff and ERA for putting on another good race tonight. All the fans out there for watching. Scrub-a-Dub, D'Angelo's Construction, all my sponsors and my team.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the run. Good luck next week.
Thanks.
That is Austin DeMoore. Let me get a better view here because we got to talk to Mr. Eddy. He's sporting that American flag scheme on the car. He, the big sponsor for this event tonight, and he comes home in 2nd. Matt Eddy, it was interesting this evening to say the very least.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. Got worked up to the front and pitted, and then got caught up in a couple things, and then ended up back towards the front. So it was a busy night.
Yeah, it looked like by the time you kind of got clear after Town took the lead, he was just starting to get away, and there was just not enough left to run him down this evening. But second place, not a whole lot you can complain about. I mean, you could, but I don't think too many people would listen with a second place finish.
Yeah, I mean, got to be happy with the second after getting caught up in a couple of things. But yeah, it was a good night. I like racing here. That's why I sponsored it. So yeah, it was fun.
You like racing at Hickory. I'm going to note that personally because I'm going to ask for a psyche eval. This place is pretty tough, my man. But second place, nothing to scoff at. Shout outs, thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate.
Yeah, got Marv and Jeff and everybody that keeps it going, and myself, everybody else who chips in, sponsors, keep things going, and everybody happy.
All right, my man. Congrats on the run. I'll see you in 2 weeks, but hopefully you get a chance to get up here and talk to KR next week.
Hopefully.
All right, that's Matt Eddy. He finishes in second, and now we're going to move on to the guy that I really wasn't watching a whole lot early in this one, and then out of nowhere, 2-car just shows up at the front and didn't take long. He was out there and gone. Jeff Town, you finished it super strong.
Yeah, definitely had a good run tonight. Can't complain.
It looked like once you got close there on that last restart, did you know that the 91 had not been to pit road?
Yeah, I seen him miss his pit spot, which I did as well. Fortunately enough, I was able to get to it, but yeah, I seen he missed it, so I kind of knew he was on older tires. So when he chose the bottom, I knew there was a high line, but I wasn't sure how good it worked, and it seemed to pay off.
Yeah, it looked like it was super strong. And then once you got out there, man, you just kind of drove away from these guys. You kick it into cruise control because I was watching your lap times, and they seemed pretty consistent.
Yeah, once we got out front, his car got really loose on long run, so I was kind of trying to build a gap and then kind of ride, and it definitely started freeing up a little bit, but we were able to hold on and get it.
Well, an awesome run, my man. Top spot tonight. Give me the shout-outs and the thank yous before we let you go.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for doing the broadcast, Marvin and Jeff for putting this league on. I got to thank Matt Eddy for sponsoring the show tonight. So, yeah, that's about it.
All right, my man. Congrats, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
That is Jeff Town picking up the win. I knew when he broke into this series that he was going to be one of those guys who's going to come up and challenge those guys that have been finishing at the front so often, and he has done that. So a good job by the 2 team and especially the driver. That is going to do it for us here tonight. I want to thank all of you for being here. No winner in the over-under. One short. Otherwise, Barb would have been able to grab it. So we came up 1 caution short on that. But without you guys, there's no reason for us to do this without the awesome leagues giving us great racing like we saw again here tonight. There's nothing to cover. High fives and pats on the back all the way around. I will not be back on this series until the 18th. But be sure you tune in and give KR as hard a time as possible. Tease him in the chat. Just tell him you miss me. Whether it's true or not, just do it anyway. No, be good to KR. He's a great guy, and I really appreciate that he's going to cover for me for you guys for next week. But don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for the Midwest Truck Series. That's an 8:30 start, about 8:25 start. Make sure you say hi in the chat for that too. And then we don't know about Thursday yet. It's going to depend on all the timing of getting ready to leave for vacation and everything else. So I may or may not be back with the Mighty Midget Series. If I don't see you guys again, man, please be safe and come back on the 17th, the week of the 17th, and say hi. I'll be back in action then. Until then, everybody.